finally we don't go through. Okay, so la apologize one more time and say we actually they try for do something today where we dey look at the 3 years of the caretaker. You know, where you don't take an office for see waiting and waiting at the different things then. Basically today we dey focus on a manifesto. A manifesto, waiting at the things then with the inside it. You don't see something or you not see anything yet. This not a big question. 3 years, approximately na 17 days, don't left for late 3 years, so 17 days. When about half of the enforced stamina office. So half for this enforced stamina office. What do you think? What do you think? This now the kind fine thing where they now the documents this where they give it. We want to apologize to people them where blunt watching on YouTube because of this same problem. We're not able for sorry na Facebook, we're not able to go na Facebook, but we did over na so na YouTube. And we come very, very late. So share this program. Just continue for share. So we go, you know, people where don't already go come back, and then we go able for see waiting they happen, okay? So this now the beautiful manifesto where they already don't talk about. My brother, Bible, you see free education there, we see youth employment, we see, you know, housing, we see energy, water, we see agriculture, all of them fine thing there. So nothing in this way then say, then they able for come, let we able for their part of this thing. But as we don't see, then thing there nothing where you feel say work, it really the work. Okay, it's not like say my brother back on the go. Anyway, like how with you, Ibrahim. Now we begin the gist like this. Approximately 3 years, when are like 17 days left for like 3 years. The question we are going to ask you, in just 1 minute, you don't see any change concerning waiting and promise we?
My brother, you know, first of all, I want to say many thanks to you and your guy, you know, for giving us this opportunity because we've been watching your program for quite a while. And, you know, we don't go to any show somewhere anyhow or just go and talk to anybody. We always make sure say we watch and observe and look for people, and we're very objective and very truthful to everything that they're doing. And that is what you guys represent, you know, delegates in the community. So thank you. We appreciate you. Guys, you know, delegate today for me, I'm going to say this to Sierra Leoneans and everybody watching this. It's about vindication for me. Because Korekoita always also with me there today, you know, yourself, I don't know how much you guys followed me back in the day. You know, when APC was in power, when we say we are tired of APC, we want for full APC because we people deserve better. Unfortunately, we only appreciate the small, even though a lot of us, you know, we understand it's just we say we want more for the country. And we believe so we people deserve a little bit more. And that was why we were pushing, you know, from Korekoita and every other APC supporter out there would agree that we can't delegate today. You know, after 60 years, we deserve to get 24 electricity. From Korekoita for the worry for charging for Ingat or any on average Sierra Leonean. You got for member high for charge, you got to get almost battery pack just for phone charge. You know, from Korekoita, the time we talk away, you know, former President Kuruma, you know, starting around the way and make, you know, from Kenema to Kailaon, all those places there, people really appreciate all that stuff today. You know, but we see now exactly everything, you know, that we cried down the APC for. Now, maybe it's what we see, oh, APC for go. You know, but then like today, that parable and say that devil will be better past the age will not be. You know, that's exactly what is playing out in the you know, in the eyes of Sierra Leone and Select. I mean, everybody will know, say, I don't. Maada Bio was never in my purview. Maada Bio was nothing I ever imagined say would be a president of the country. But delegates will be president. But that's not what the fight was for. But when I sit back looking back now, you know, with everything, the 10 years of President Kuruma, you know, the kind of amount of peace and tranquility, because if anything, if not with it, we will all agree on. It's about the peace and tranquility we'll get in that country. People get the peace of mind. We see how the democracy itself come to be. We see how civil society, journalists, and all of these people are able to, you know, express themselves, giving their constitutional rights, you know, and President Kuruma make them possible. You know, for them be able to achieve that kind of objective, you know, and then we see the advent of the SLPP. There is nothing to show. I mean, we all don't see exactly what's in there. Every day, we can say, you know, like confusion. There is nothing to show.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Ibrahim Fofana. What's in the army in him?
Actually, I'm Ibrahim Fofana. You said me handle name?
No. The army. I mean, you get like Ibrahim Fofana of the you get people's movements. I just don't. It just don't escape me.
Oh no, the People's Liberation Movement. It's okay, my
People Liberation Movement. Pardon me for that.
America is settled the People's Liberation Movement because when the APC will come back to power in 2023 and communication and things say go for business as usual, and it's a different ballgame. So that is why the People's Liberation Movement is there. It's about educating the people, empowering the people, and improving the living status of people. That is why they roll out the project. Dr. Roll out the projects, but they augment those projects. Those are the things we're looking for. You know, so
we can't go into that day because inside the manifesto, this particular document, if you watch, then get something like the housing, but we will come to that day. Now, let's come to this other fine gentleman, Colonel Queta. Welcome to the show. I'm not hearing you.
No, you mute.
You mute.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, brother.
Yeah. Yes, go on. So tell me now, in just 1 minute, not do like Ibrahim, in just 1 minute, how you go assess this government?
Well, if it's this government, anyhow look at them, assessments now from 0 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
For me, now 5% are the given.
Ah.
I think get a 5%.
Okay.
Yes, well, I think get a 5% because the talk see anybody they get a governance, they get the flat rule. We the people think about it like an school, but we can. It's all about rules, life, and the reality idea. But that's more on road and lines. We see we can, town time, but the major routes like from Kenema to Kailam, from Matsuka to Kono, from Belgium to Gambia, from Bo to Pujong, Bo to Zendema. We say I take picture of that. The sport road, the vacancy road, the road to Kangram City. That means they see what you like. Not 100% sustainable, but get 80% like do the attempt. But if you can 50 we talk about free education with corruption. We talk about now the now we see beginning to not go to the rights. They look at the get common them good medical position for it. Now all the thing that they cry about something then they suffer. This is the beauty. Now all the see they don't like to use that man because the man is good something also happening at the additional ministry. Now all the get the also the seats. Instead of getting the 90% to get 96% pay. The first one, the second one to get 94% pay. So if somebody don't come in, but they pay attention, they don't come in, you will take up the attention. To me, to me, 5% to get. If somebody say you get 5%, most no more now. Salon and work from independence, they are according to 28 years as 6 head of state, including individual. 28 years as 6 head of state, including individual. So, that the worst president I don't ever see, the worst head of state we don't ever see in my life. And that the worst set alone also from independence. We don't ever get this kind of government that the first time in history. Even any party we don't support, we don't take money on the bank. One do not run as alone and say money don't go. Like the first time for them say, money don't go. You're up till now, money don't go. Say, it's not clean up. Nothing for the past 2 years ago. But nothing, they brought not to full-time discrimination, harassment, the right to civil liberty, the right to political right, and so many things there, so many things there, they don't protect all the institutions them, the military, the police, the judiciary, the civil servant, they all don't become police. They don't protect, they don't count in nepotism. From independence and the worst government is law ever represented.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ina Colonel Queta. Bible don't join me back. Bible you go to just now. Okay, we go on for the people's movement or the people's right? Power. People's power. Unmute your mic now. Good. We're very sorry. We're not going to allow you to see the people's power for this particular program. When the time due, you will get for serve. So let's talk to you. People's power. Of course, the name People's Power. Now, name where plenty people know. So tell me small bit. How you go assess caretaker Bio in almost 3 years in the office?
Thank you very much, all the panelists there at the studio. Thank you very much, you in at the presenter and the producer of this program. I want to tell family I do when they listen and watch this program all over the world. Family, as I can always tell when I say, are they under the courtesy of the National Campaign for Progress, where people they call NCOP for short. And let people not forget, say, me, not the people's power. You know, if my brother Yanda they tell me, say, for assess this government in 3 years, the percentage where I will give them, you know, for me, I will give them 7%. I will give them 7% because all what's in this government we preached yesterday, absolutely they don't practice nothing. And let take people at the mind, waiting and they preach yesterday where they don't practice. Then guys here come, they preach about loopholes and leakages. When they come, they can't open the drainages. Then guys here come, they talk about a bloated cabinet. When they come, they get the biggest cabinet ever in the history of this country. When they guys here come, they talk about the wage bill. When they come, now they get the biggest wage bill ever in the history of this country. And this wage bill now because of the political appointees them, the ministers the way they put them, party people them, where they put. Now they make who gets that kind of a huge amount of money where government is spend every blessed month. This government come and talk say they go feed picking in a school. They never did that. This government come and tell people and I say they go give uniform to picking them. They never did that.
People's
this
power, you don't run past me. You don't run past me. We can't say that name there. I mean, just while they just summarize no more. But it's like saying a machine gun I don't open now. I didn't tell you. Okay.
Thank you.
Now we dey go over to cash box. But picking the not sabi say cash box. Then can say catch box. You get catch box? For put we coin there. But now, unfortunately, coin the all done they fade out. Now, cash box. How you go assess, you know, this regime? Halfway, you know, more than halfway in the first term now office. In just 1 minute, please.
Right. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody, and good evening. Nice job. You know, I feel really proud for. It's like one of the may I highlight my life. Really, you see the kind gentleman that we don't really dig around me like. So I feel really good actually. You know, and I first say we all fight a common cause where, you know, like it's all about Salone, and I won't believe that regardless of how you will see the angle where we can come out, but it's all about Salone. And you know, definitely will take less than 10 seconds for describe Salone, but you know, just for kind of like lay the preamble.
Okay.
The simple fact, the simple thing we may see with Salone, I would describe Salone in very few words. The fact that we don't radiate at all. And I feel say I will left and for now.
So you missed that word now. Wait, you know radiate?
We don't radiate at all.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But Bible, you're waiting there alone, say.
I get everything clear, my brother.
Okay. So now let we begin go step by step. I don't know if una all go to watch because the sound way I go play from here you know go hear because if I make follow una hear it go echo and it no go fine at all. So I will go back to the education. Yeah. Basically, what we can play the same way we can take a bio sit down with Bill Gates and then waiting one honorable member of parliament say, you know, concerning waiting caretaker Bio been say. Yeah. So let me go now and listen to waiting exactly them been say or waiting them in discourse.
We are providing not only tuition, but also textbooks, uniforms and providing nutrition so that that can keep them in school. So I truly believe that we can do the quantum leap.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we went on oversight. You cannot imagine this, that I saw home economics teacher teaching mathematics. Teaching mathematics. I saw one student teaching better classes. So where is this quality for our children? Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I was asked by my constituents to ask Mr. President about the uniforms which he promised to give us. I want to know if these uniforms are going to be available come September so that I can deliver the message.
Okay, so now that we begin, basically, the caretaker sit down before Bill Gates. He said that they provide learning material, books, bag, uniform, and all of them things. Then now, last year in the Parliament, this honorable member of Parliament been asked, say the need for a relief from the caretaker because all of what they promise they not see, and in people and they ask them. So they want to know if whether they open school, if that will happen, that will be last September. But last start with you, Queta, you don't see.
You wanna fill you in?
Yeah, let me tell you what it was. Me, I don't want to make rules one member of parliament. For who distribute books, bags, and uniform. Where I cannot hold my tears. Oh, because me about the part of Sophia, I want to get the part before I like about them. Who would have 4 different schools there? What do they do? We got to go for the less privileged people because the decision of poverty is poverty. We go with the peak. The whole process will not even give it 20 people in uniform, bags, and books because you know let me tell you the statistics that they really use. They put pressure on them to parliament them. When they tell just pull out open, they go into the following for things develop their phone, then they take and buy books them, buy bags them, buy pen them, go to school them, begin give people a platform them snap. So the pictures that they go out there, they don't give the kid. This is the exact thing. These are the total with and the confirmation because I was there. I make sure say I want that nobody will see what and go find out. But this was my finding. How did they give them a teacher? Because the things that media anything school open, but the things they kill the whole books to the now they don't supply the kid. But you know whatever say they supply the books, so see few old books, few old bags, few old uniform. This is the trend. They are not ever able. If you remember the way Maada Bio sit down the BBC, they asked them where she is money, where she is the kids they collect their mountain. The man asked them, so what's any money they come because even at the West, the man measures they say that the West, tell them they know they able to give us the free education because it's expensive. He said no, we say I don't the statistics. The human mathematics is what they know. You know you get people that long man, you get people that full man, you get people that elite schools. They not even know what government, they just have everything money. But take it, buy books, feed the beginning, everything. Now I tell you with authority say that they go to parliament, then they go take the beginning, give them NCR, and then they snap them, then they publish and not only they give everybody, they find anybody.
Okay, Laka with you inside. Ibrahim at the reserve you. Laka with the people's power. Yes, what do you self get for say with regards this? Then say then they give book, pen, uniform, then they, apart from the tuition fee, they even they give food na school them.
That one day, my brother, now white elephant. Now white elephant completely. You know, like where my brother they talk no more. The president make it clear when he goes to Bill Gates. He sit down Bill Gates, he say he don't pay tuition fees, he don't give back, he don't provide uniform, he don't give shoes, he don't give books to picking them. Now, as I talk to you, so from all this government can, now one great time if you say that supply books to some schools, and waiting happen, the Chinese government look at the country and waiting the Chinese government do for saloon picking them. They give it 50,000 bags of rice. Out of that 50,000 bags of rice, so they give you government officials them under President Bio in watch. They take 49,000 of their bags of rice a day. They take and they benefits them and the families them. They benefits them and the families them. Just imagine this Nigeria give you this gas free. We don't put money inside. They give you this gas, they say for free beginning at school. We take 49,000 of that estate, 49,000 bags. We take and we turn it to we own. So that tells you all the free education with President Bio the talk. Now why it's elephant? Now they add equality because when you watch now the manifesto talk about free education, not to free quality education.
Okay, people's power. Ibrahim, labbing you guys inside.
Awesome. My brother, some people let me take it back. People's power don't hit these good points. Communicator don't bring practical and experience, when it's supposed to see the lie. So we again like what you say, Cash Box, we often talk this. This is about vindication for a lot of us. From what we tell some people, they say these guys are nothing but a bunch of liars, crooks, and thieves. They come with what they call perception. And then God make way for see and pinpoint that particular one day and expose these guys for them to understand. Say, we know we are not fools. Civilians are not stupid. These guys then come with a flagship program called free education. And like people start saying, I'm not going to put the quality inside. But let me go back. The APC, where not even gets the flagship program of education was subsidizing education. The APC, we're not having a flagship program, Landy. President Kurubaka has been saying the first 100 days they will make road there. President Kurubaka said he will give electricity, right? Sorry, in the first 100 days he will give electricity. He said he will make roads there. Their flagship program was not education, some people there. But President Bio, this big matter when they make, you get a professor from London, the biggest speed, who will ever get that David Francis, a British citizen, because if I don't call him, they don't know exactly, say we know exactly what is going on. Because they will forget to continue saying chief minister and not even, calling his name, but it's David Francis, a British citizen. These guys came with the GTT report and all that nonsense. But when you look at the education thing, when a guy they make noise for, their life are we, go sit down with Bill Gates. But don't forget to, but then sit down with Bill Gates, this David Schengen was the Minister of Education. And the Chief Minister, in conniving, they spent over $300,000 to lobby to the international organizations there, but then they get an opportunity for go sit down with Bill Gates and that goalkeepers conference day. So, I saw David Schengen take away from massaging away came inside the Bio administration. Like if we say, is this data analyst guy who sabi everything about data and all that stuff. Then go sit on the President Bio, give away a life story about the village where he grew up and everything, how people have away back in their foot. That's why we see them picking away, come on and sing, President Bio, come and see why them picking the sofa. So, some people, the fact of the matter remains, this SLPP, they're nothing but crooks. The APC, where we have to pull them, we don't want to now, go. They've been subsidized education up to 70%, not to the flagship program. Then why I come, we see delegates today, Joseph Sano, the people's fire talker, so communicator talker. Now they don't fire, so waiting because finally they get gumption for beginning attack issues and to attack that particular educational sector. With delegates today, they don't fire them. And these are all the things we've been talking about. But civil societies will see how far Joseph Sano is going to go with this fight. So some people we know say the SLPP. We are nothing but liars, crooks, and criminals, and delegates we are disappointed. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, my brother Ibrahim, thank you very much. My people that way they watch me, being a Bible warrior, Bible Kablai, sorry, the great warrior of the North. We got the biggest full man that where they can educate because most of the problem that my people that they facing they come from the North, But still, as we now watch now the program tonight, we will take over this fight. We all now young man and nobody know they wouldn't put white here, of course. And then for no say this fight, we all need to put we hands them together, make we push. We know they do it because of APC, we know they do it because of SLPP. We they do it because we want make we are the way we call Mama Saloon, they the way how we want them. So thank you very much, we brother. Then we join me tonight on this program. So like I come now to we brother when a cash box. Mr. Cashbox, as we discuss on the education sector this net, Waiting na you takes on this particular thing where we all they talk about today for the education of Maada Bio, the scrap education becoming a so at the column and not the column for education. Waiting na you takes.
Thank you, Baibure. You know, such a great name, and you know, I don't want to be tempted for deviates Naya at all, but you see, the name where you get alone for the able fund with education now we come through. And for me talk about the like for go dig inside it, because that just that name alone could have kind of like paid for them picking them not for forget table and chair that in school. We see the last a video where I think me and the guys we've been analyzed one day. We picking them sit them na grown, picking them the classroom na dirty block. They don't even get window. Then they see Mr. Conte, is it Mr. Conte come and see? You know, when you look at it in the day, you then look at the privileges that way picking they get around the world. You know, even Africa. Let me not forget. I think Komori Koeta mentioned the point. The way this president's been telling we say they pay for the education, they say that by locking the loopholes or the leakages. He used, I think the word way he used, not the leakages. But yet still, they come and tell we say the meat, like the broken economy. These are all tactics from this government for make the able go bigger, for make them go fund money outside, for make the able eat. Typical example that they used with yesterday or 2 days ago about Joseph Sano. Remember, this old thing would make them sack Joseph Sano. In the first place, we don't ever know say he be get job from the government. As a civil society activist, you're supposed to be independent. But for the fact that you kind of like they get paid. I mean, the Africanist press been tell we say some of them CSOs.
The Idam, Mrs. F now only way them fire am now no. The Idam.
Exactly so. Which is completely wrong. These guys, you know, I don't want to deviate at all, but because I can talk about the reason why we are in this, like the MCC reports and all that. But these guys, they tell me, say that they lock the loopholes, that they block the leakages for able to pay for education budget that we can't see. The 70 million we just Sano kind of like tell me yesterday. This now be education donation. Imagine we can't see all we kind of like hear about the donation. You and I, my brother, you know, we pay taxes. The country will be dead. Even the taxes that we pay, it's not even enough to make the government able to fund certain things. The government say, yeah, they kind of like put on the project for give donation to Africa. Even with the taxes are still not enough. Then people are going to take debt. They give Africa. Then when they give Africa, David Senge, they sit down, they wait for give him brother the contract to make him brother gets money for it freely. You know, when you I'll give example. The school where I go, there is this gentleman who give 20,000 pounds for build 6 classrooms. 20,000 pounds for build 6 classrooms. You know, when you look at like the whole country, this first lady, it takes about $3 million. Now we can't see, when it eat, nothing, no company, nothing. $3 million. Now we talk about now, yeah. When you talk about this 20,000 pounds, let's assume it will be $25,000 right? 100,000. They give you 24 classrooms. 100,000. So when you think that you tell some
Cashbox, I don't know what thing they happen from your side. They get some kind of crack.
I think it echo.
Yes,
I don't know.
it's okay now.
Okay. When you kind of like we took only 40 classrooms them. Now we continue. Watch them picking them where they sing in that classroom. With total block and they picking a day. So nowhere uniform. They tell me that they give free uniform to the picking. So nowhere uniform. They don't get shoes. They're lied to. They get say.
You did make a very good point, Cashbox, but at some points you get some background sound where they get you sound, your own voice come very low. But as you try for set them up, like how it's inside, I think we don't take all man in this education, right? Yeah, so let's just give them 30 seconds for up on this education because you make a very, very good point, Cashbox.
Can you hear me now fine?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just trying to lay the premise here. You know, when you look at in them, we kind of they go school, dirty block, not in the sit-down, no shoes, no uniform. You didn't see them in them way. We're desperate. How do you sort out this life? There are people there only. Look, why is it that David Senge, the force in brother-in-law, to go there now like a place where they will generate like $70 million dollars? Why? Why for force in brother? If this was a genuine cause, where it be saying, kind of like make it go provide money for brother. Why is it that if force in brother law for go there in a position where they create $70 million as donation for the education budget? You know, they make opening statement and say that are they kind of like in a short way for describe salon. We know radiate at all.
Okay, so thank you very much. I think we don't get all of that one in there. By the way, you get anything for say?
Check the sound.
Yes, Cashbox Ion they come up with some.
Come again?
Cashbox Ion sound be at one point they get issue, but you get it now.
Yeah, Cashbox not talk about the sound still they come up.
Okay. All right. So we move. Are we together?
Yeah.
Somebody in TV sets they on where they can inside back.
I think they okay now. Okay, the people's power okay now.
Yeah, I don't think it's me because even though I have it behind me, but it's on mute.
Okay. So let me move. The thing we are going to advise where I think we'll find when you know they talk, you mute your mic so we can get and cool. All right. So we go now to the next issue. I go really want for let we listen this one back. I want to go on the area of energy. You know, because this is now one of the manifesto promise. Let's listen or watch this one quick. But please, if you just the can remember, say this is a program we had. And we did talk about the 3 years of caretaker beyond office. Just 17 days for the 3 years. How far it don't go because it don't jump half of in terminal office. You know, how far it don't go with him beautiful promises them way it will make to the people of we had. So if you don't come now, please don't forget for hit the like button, share. Today, unfortunately, we're not able for broadcast on our Facebook as we promised because this stuff we just manage for say power this we for come because we get issue, you know, with the system.
You use the word power. Which one of the power?
Well, not all caretaker, you know, power.
Good,
By
good.
force, by power, by thunder. Anyway, so we move. And now that we watch this one on this NIG, we come back just now.
I will start by stating that reliable energy supply is a necessity for economic development. And it is part of critical infrastructure, which I have mentioned already. We have to plan properly. The APC has spent over $300 million on energy supply. We started with emergency supply, and I think we are still on emergency supply. I'm not sure about the figures he's talking about in terms of power supply, but it is still epileptic as far as I know, because I live in Freetown. We have to be properly planned as a nation we don't just take opportunistic look at infrastructure. We have to plan, we have to decide as to what we want to support our economic development process. Definitely power generation, transmission is important, but at the moment, that is not what we have. So we want to look at sustainable energy supply, and that is where we use the energy from the sun to make sure that at least we can provide light for our homes around the country.
It's really a critical question, but I must say that the current state of our energy sector is like what we used to have in the 90s, when you move around the communities, you hear the Kaba Tigers, or you have Chinese lamps or what have you on. And there is a serious challenge that the citizens of this country currently undergo on account of this power outage, the power outage we experience in the country. And it is very much unfortunate that we have not been able to have the necessary information from the energy sector as to the causes of the power outage. We still have issues around human rights relating to this electricity supply outage. Quite recently, we had a report of somebody who died at the government hospital in Bo on account of power outage. Yeah. We have had hundreds of such cases, some unreported. You ask the question, why? This was not the case about 2 to 3 years ago. At least we had long past the situation where citizens will continue to cry for electricity supply, especially in the western area. That begs the question, why do we continue to have consistent power outage? In fact, even in circumstances when the electricity is given, it is seriously problematic. Where you maybe even to put on the fan or refrigerator is a challenge. Right. Or when it comes, it fluctuates, destroys appliances in the house, and what have you. These are all issues we want to actually look into, and it comes at a time when there has been an astronomical, a very serious increment in the tariff system.
Well, my people, this now one of the fake promise them we present caretaker Bio, we become a say in a talk and do, but as things they go on right now, me they describe them as talk and fail. My people, you they watch me, don't forget to share this program and hit the like button as we bother them in the studio today. Well, today, this particular talk, not to talk for Shembepia and Babure, as we are always used to win at the channel. Today, we get new guests them when then they do more of the talking today. So now I come to we border Cashbox again. Now you last time they can begin this one. You don't listen to the promise where caretaker being Giwi and it come and condemn the APC government light business inside we had. In don't come and talk boku talk them. Waiting you think about waiting they go on for light business right now inside we had to waiting if you don't tell me now the manifesto.
Thank you, Bible. You know, I get this thing about, you know, we country. I get an idea, and it's not just like government. And also, I want to make we know the reason why some party they go again, like they go hard on this government now, because they come with one thing where they say, you know, change, a new direction. So let's discount the fact that like the rest of mankind, the rest of like previous governments, them don't fail with. Let we say that they don't fail. But this government, they come with one thing where they say a new direction. You will be new. You not forget what it is. And don't forget any people name but you. You know, here, I get one thing where I can always say. The reason why imagine we get a country where talked to a gentleman who tell me, say, we get 7 major rivers then, where they flow from we country into the Atlantic Ocean. In other words, we get 7 major rivers of wasted water where they go na the Atlantic Ocean. In fact, I can always laugh, say, Salud, now we they cause the flooding na the world because we don't utilize the water we get now we country for the good of the people. And I know we are talking about energy now, and I know why I talk about water because the bumbuna, according to experts, the bumbuna na thing we suppose for kind of like, you know, before it's supposed to be functioned by water. In other words, where water kind of like they go into it and it generates power. Why I say this? 7 major rivers, we cannot transform the major rivers that they for make it go for them na bumbuna for make it able to generate light. Whether dry season or rainy season, we should have a mechanism. We should invest heavily in the country for provide that electricity. But then we able to forget about say certain bumbuna for make we able to redirect the 7 major rivers that they for make it go for na bumbuna so it will generate electricity. Let me forget about that. Let me say there are other source of energies that way like the country can decide to invest into. I mean, we all know the world they move towards green energy now. And once in this government, everything what they do now based on the trend that the world. If you watch it, because the world they focus, and by the way, if I can reverse a little bit, when we talk about the education, these governments are very, very smart. At the time when they come into power, the world been the top for kind of like, you know, capacitate like human resource development. You understand? Mm-hmm. So they play to the world in pattern and they come with that in the, as part of the manifesto. This same hands of our cars, the same thing, the world they go towards, like people say, they need for begin to empower women then. Then straight away they use them, the first lady use them as a strategy for make money. Now the same thing with like green energy. We don't ever get a Ministry of Environmental, whatever they call it. But they not say the world, they go towards that trend. They say, oh, let me open like Ministry of Energy so we're able to attract money, attract funding. By the way, and say, Pierre, we country they at a stage, if we smart enough. As I talk to you right now, yesterday, Malaysia kind of like go take funding, we want about $4.9 billion. Kenya, 2 weeks ago, they want to issue bond in the London Stock Exchange, we want about £2.7 billion. Ghana, before the lockdown, the COVID lockdown last year, they can issue bond, we sold out of £3 billion now the London Stock Exchange. £3 billion. Here we go, a country, all waiting we sit on the wait for, now for donor funding. £1 billion able fix. I don't know. I'm just a guess. Let me say £3 billion we copy Ghana. You know what? Someone go tell me say how we go pay them. The world they live in debt right now. America Usa Ibrahim Day. The $1.9 trillion where Biden they signed last year. Luckily, like we don't get 1,400. Ibrahim get $1,400 in there. But you see, the 1.9 trillion. I don't know. I think they don't allow anyway. But the 1.9 trillion where America will take for resuscitate the economy. We put that in the BM Bible where not debt they go take. We get a country where people don't get light. The social contract is being broken according to we wonderful ACC man. They don't get water now that country day. Now that yellow 5-gallon rubber don't turn the national flag now we country. All the people that go and find water. We cannot source finance for like, you know, the world they look for people them. Before that, waiting we sit on the wait. We want wait like Joseph Sano they go falsify the MCC report. MCC can give we 400 million or $400 million. Then they go waste that and go eat them.
You see I go buy you idea from what you basically don't say. These people are really crafty. They know when they now what make them get this sense for know how to spend money now because of the people that where they come together and work with the civil society. Them people there yeah we been done the assess the last government for the MCC. Now then them peer with so then they show them the strategy waiting for do for make them go able to get the attention of the donors. So now that make Joseph Sano now be member of board na not come. Then don't sack him because maybe they don't meet up some south side and all that. So Joseph Sano feel aggrieved and he come out to the public. Waiting caretaker Bio do, and always anytime he sack him because he want for pull in secret na do. But I let you there because we get all the money. Lack him over at the only equator, lack him over to people's power because we can't go over to the water business, but not stop to the energy force. And people's power in the area of this energy, renewable energy, is say during the time of the APC, the energy sector be don't turn epileptic, you know. It's same way so say then go able to forget energy from the sun. So tell me now, how you don't see this now? They get light, eh?
Thank you very much, Shegbe Pierre. Also, my brother Yanda Baibue. You know, President Bio, not honest to himself. President Bio, not honest to the people of this country. If President Bio be there in opposition, they tell citizens and they tell Sierra Leone as they say, not to Kolwata people they want. Kolwata they make people and they sick. And when he make he bring that statement at that time when President Bio be there in opposition. So that they be tell you, say lights be there. That they be tell you, say lights be there. Never mind, oh yes, it's not sustainable. But lights be there. People will be able to get cool water. People will be able to get a lot of things them. When they put their food them, their restaurants, their bar, their club, and all them things they do, then they get the lights where they get. Now make you find out say we not be they get what we call Kaba Tiger. And they reach a time we need to see Kaba Tiger at all. We need to see Kaba Tiger. When you see the water business that this country has to, people they go and fend water. Who that give the cost for let people go and fend water in this country? 7.5 million people. We not able to get clean pipe-borne water in this country. But we get the Director General na Kuma value. In Motoka number is $75,000 US. Just imagine. The Director General na Kuma value in Motoka where they use na $75,000. $75,000. They make people and get drinking water in this country as well. They make people and get water. In Motoka where they use. We know they talk about deputy. Other staffs than they don't vehicle where they use. All the money where the people are they collect say we want to attack in this country. Go to international donors them for let attack them. Now for let them go buy vehicles them. Now for let them go buy furnitures. Now for let them buy provisions. Now for let them buy mobile phones. Now for let them buy all the things the way that they use for themselves. They left the common people and they perish. They left the common man they struggle. Now as I talk to you, so now as I speak. Before we come to this program, the lights go twice. The lights go twice before it comes to where this program is start. Now I talk to you, so you go to the junction as I speak. You they meet school picking and they make long queue. Then they wait for water. This picking and just don't come to school. And a lot of the day on exams as I speak. President Biobi don't tell me now say not to like people they want. They don't tell me say not to like people they want. I always tell people they say President Bio need for he get for begging be cautious of what you talk. He get for begging be cautious of what you talk. They no say lights be there. Now when they come, waiting and do me brother. Bible of course you know about that one they say Pierre. You they read them things then they. When they come, they make sure say they revisit all the energy contracts them. The people who will be the key light in this country, then call them back say, you know what? Lord, we can't go into another new contract. Why they do that? Then people are all the contracts they will meet. If they not get not today, they need to continue their contracts today. And some of their contracts and they will they don't go revisit you. Now it don't bring problem at this country. Secondly, what to make the light business problem at this country? Yes, yeah, exactly. What's in the lights don't be a problem at this country. The government of Salon get certain things them when they operate it in energy. Then bring people from Fabe College. They don't bobo them. They don't pick them. They don't family members. They couch them, bring them at their offices there so where they don't get absolute idea. They don't get nothing. No idea. These guys, they are just graduates. They don't sabi nothing but engine. Then bring them, they can pack them at their different offices there so. The old people where we don't get it, where we don't get the overstanding, where we don't get the know-how, where we don't get the technical skill for make sure so they do their work properly. They come and pull their people and they all now as the job to issue. Some man assign no more to go sign a EDSA. Some man assign no more to go sign. Then bring their own bobo them. They can't put them, they pay them fat money. They're not sabi nothing but piston. They're not sabi nothing but energy. Almost the fear where they go, now they public, now they places, then those people they get light. Then you compare to the fear where the chief minister they use per day, the fear where the chief minister they use per week, the fear where the chief minister they use per month, per year. Compare them to the fuel where the generators them, what they use, the thermal plants them, what they use for let people get energy in this country. Go back and check the records. The records are there. Then of course they teach you, then they tell you what the chief minister they use per fuel no more. What in office they use per fuel no more. That money when chief minister in office they use per fuel no more. That one they don't do for let people them.
Let's talk about fuel. How about the tea where they drink now? In provision.
Well, you just imagine, you see the provision, the provision is over 200 million. 200 million leos for provision no more. Just imagine for provision. Go now then schools then now as the job to issue. Schools then they don't get toilet facilities. Schools then they don't get library. Schools then they don't get lab.
No, but na quality, no, not talk nowadays. Na quality education.
No, that education they don't get quality.
Okay, because of that, they like illustrates. Hello, go now to the next sector. Still under the NIG and water, we don't talk about the NIG, the light business. Let's watch the Wataba, because the caretaker when be the campaign, he say for let the people not get water, especially inside the city. Now cleaning and neglect. Let we listen back. Waiting is safe. Now so true been talk. And let we see what it don't do now.
They have talked quite a lot about infrastructure, but I would have preferred, the city getting water on a daily basis, because I see the kids at midnight, breaking the pipes in order to get water. They are out there vulnerable, especially the girl child. And I think water is so important. We all need water on a daily basis. So if you talk about infrastructure, I know there are plans now, but I think what we should do as heads is to make sure that we prioritize. If you asked anybody on the street between water and roads, they would tell you water, because I can go without a good road, but I cannot go without water for a day, for my health, and also for other sanitary reasons. We need it even to live, so it is something that we need on a daily basis.
So money come miles, money come right down Ukotong, closer to Congo Cross, we can't find water at this part of the village. We think say that's not fair. So we call on the duty bearers, especially government and stakeholders, for make them turn their attention here.
Dear Papa government, help you. The suffer. We can't pay 1,000 for get. We pay back 1,000 for water. Dear help we. Just like the same to some people right now say they're absent. They all they can get water for paying water. Water no day. For what pay for go school. So dear I made a help win and then all the contribute when people they left school. Any day for campaign water, any day for campaign water. When you go down to school, they driver. Dear Papa government, dear help.
Me now Joseph Kaloko at the railway line with by force. Me the big guma. Let them go for we pipe, go down now with area because we can't connect pipe from down here like up here. 3 road, 4 road pipe. And people they cut them because they have water. But if they pass the same inches pipe like these streets, then we go gladly we say we will connect from that pipe to the compound. People don't go to cut pipe so. But the distance, they make people to cut pipe. Streets come from there. And girl picking the kind of streets. Then they say out of our girls, but beginning the kind of street later for can get water in it and they only contribute. Then they for this street form, then to go pipe them we supposed for dinner on side way necessary. And then that they will help. Thank you.
as you see, waiting on playing at the screen, this not in the happen as we get all them promises they are inside the manifesto. And not only the manifesto, mind you, then we get other pocket meeting the way they be calling for bell. We say, no, we bring them in because the APC no be they do nothing. Then we get the other promise, then when they promise we they, but all them promises then they today, it look like say they don't scrap. But as they talk about water business, we come out with border, we now from waiter, where this government also for the highest and the most. But not today right now when you go, maybe I just want to tell you because some of them be there, waiter, when I will get some today, you will not be fortunate.
Okay, it's something they come back inside.
I think check yourself, look like say. The sound are from me, they come on.
Go, you don't clean.
Good. So, my people, and for continuous I stop. Now we bring in, we brought away now, comrade waiter, the old soldier at the house. Tell me what you think about water business. No, we had.
Queta, the water, things in bedroom.
Let me tell you want to put some water on our field ban. We said they put the water problem at the prison. The prison, now the water, we email the prisoners, then they big water. If you don't get the time, water done Nigeria, I mean, pull money for go buy water. The email they don't get water, me send for them go buy the gripper because water nobody could drink. For the level of our water in the salon, this is Nigeria. We say people don't get hands for come out to get water for themselves. Say now give them water. Let me tell you, water business is not to secret. If you want to single, this is 10 people. It's different example as streets. Then it's example come up Bombay Street, up Opata Street. They see the gas camera. Make you see this is an high top. Then you see the best water. You see the spent water. Now the same amount of people. Not to see that upgrade level. These are the same amount of people they see. Water. If you go to even the institutions there, so if you go there, you go to local water. It will even affect the defense headquarters. It will even affect the military headquarters. It will even affect serious places there. But if you check the projection where this government is put for water, by right, nobody know for the say local water. Let me say me the give an example of the jail. The jail is essential feature. Now the place where they don't forget water problem. But it's the jail and no get water. They don't even popular every day. Pathway to Moscow, they would be because generally the worst time in prison for water. Every inmate starts the paper water, they come with the water for a center. Water can see a picture. It don't become worse under the container complaint. It don't become more worse. If they will not ever get 100% water, but then we no cancel. Because one of the things, when you will handle the issues correctly, you know put it level. Official play for man the way the man cap, they make sure they start all that look like they for so long. When they know for if in case you get problem, how they go attack them. They got play this just because of parties. What we reach 6 minutes are going to get my this is a party time. This is a party time. So if either you qualify or you don't qualify, as far as you enter the person, you for go get job. One of the greatest programs alone that unqualified people in the man this country from the mountain at the head of state to the caretaker. He's not qualified for the job. So when you look at the appointment, nobody knows the way you take it up to the start. Now, anything where they tell about him in particular, and they cut up directly because I know she don't do it almost 28 years ago. We think about we can put Sasa. I know how it's like in the cause of air in the cause of the water. I don't know, you told. We don't cast about all problem. Say the they don't make a better president. When you look at the water in the future, if you need future, so then you will cry. People don't make a market, then they go to the canceller. I think one price now no up to 3,000. 3,000 for one water. That is a problem. It's terrible. If I don't get nothing to call a good time for the future for now, it is still no longer more who hold them than pipe water. You can see the cost of the pipe, they're not even up to date. So in a way, you will see no cost the pipe. The Gumavali will look there down at it. In the west, day and night, the lake will take care of them. So in the final say, the water crisis, that one will just say the population and where they make up for, and just pulling stock, and just unreasonable thinking. If they make Gumavali for $600,000 people, that from 1961, the one they made from 1961, change the government will accept for 1 million people. They will accept for 2 million people. Now, they will think it. But we come under this, they will tell you, what that problem is not settled. Let me tell you something. We go to Kailao. Kailao, like a very important because President Kumari will go people there. Then they find on waters. Composing water. He didn't shop himself. Go to Kabbalah. Then they get to find on waters. Go to Konon. All next year and fuel. President Kumari is not because I say agenda, but if you will think of next year. Man, if you all next year, you know what I imagine by the debate. Before they show the China where they give pure water, after that we was this Nabu, they go to the village of Seven to the Gusset. They go to play the gas at the future where they for sure, they not so they go to the village there. But let them know this, I don't believe them. Very bad condition. Now they don't come. Me, I know they talk for one of you. All of you want this for fix the problem because the only thing that I can tell you, never could not see what happens in a problem alone. Never could not so not get better education. So they expect that if you can't fix a bubble now, you don't become worse. It's better not for us of this from 2018. We're not for the letter of police. Because now, you know, day and night, now, right as I said, the past is you. Because you are in a war. Like in a war, right for water. Most guys are banking the one that has to go and see, and they go to talk for, I think by the Uru, the beginning is good for water. By chef, the Tachas were the most like a panga. Small people are in the 10 years, just for water business. Now, so they get a lot of accidents for small picking. More than picking them. So, what time is that the road? We're not going to talk about them. All the things we consider. We all the things that consider right now.
Well, okay. We don't get a very nice response to we brother winner with Quetta. I can always call him the old soldier at the house. You know, and old soldier never die. He proven to we. Because they're going to quiz until God put in life, never could tell Allah, thank you now, we able to sit on the talk. You know, I will come over now to my brother, and this we other brother, my people, Ibrahim Fofana, owner there.
You sound the echo. Yeah, go.
The people that will come over to my brother, where Ibrahim Fofana, where una they see on Facebook, and una they audios them. If I can tell una small about this man, my people, this man has been the best party of SLPP during the time of APC. Where APC they do the wrong thing, this man be Butubi and APC say no, we need changes. So then tell them that be the party of SLPP, but as it is now, it don't turn enemy to the SLPP. So over to you, my brother Ibrahim. Waiting now you take over this water business, as you said, they get the information and you kept gave brother them and you sister them. And now we had where they give clear information, but wait till they go on.
Absolutely, my brother. You know, thank you for bringing me in again. You see, when you see this video we just watched, so this is the wickedness of the SLPP back in the day of the APC. But I don't want to call it wickedness because if I call it wickedness, then I subscribe to that aspect of what they say of patriotic Sierra Leoneans them. But what we were doing, what did we do? Now, for disgrace the country or disgrace the APC completely, decimates the APC and international community. This was what they were doing. That's what that video actually showed. And this is the same SLPP government now, where when people like us and the Africanist press, they come up, you know, they give this information out, all these terrible things that are happening. This level of corruption, this level of corruption is a genocide. This is a destruction of generations here and born. I want some people to think about that. Because the amount of money we don't also, the amount of lives we don't take care of, and the amount of infrastructure and development we don't take place that we don't see. You know, it for us to pass anything else. Because these guys, they come and say, we get the ideas, we have change, we can bring transformation, new direction. No, the new direction was their own direction, not the direction we really look for. You know, guys, what you going to get from somebody who work for 22 years, man? 22 years, you know, work. This is in no way disrespecting this man, but for somebody who's 22 years of a lifetime, you know, that's I don't know why the president, which is because of tribalism and cultism, which is the today. But when you look at all of these things, people like Recruiter, people's power, they feel this. In fact, then they just said, now they consider, say, I want to change my shower head because I don't like the pressure. I want the pressure head. And I don't know what's a problem. When it's I open water, you know, kitchen every side. But I'm thinking about buying a bigger water, water head for my shower head. Let's just get enough pressure. So think about people who are going to Although they know it bad off so bad because I don't know so Miami group will get popular yard and all that stuff they need. So maybe they can understand. I don't want to go get water and all that stuff they need. But people in the way they get percent them for go get water. These guys come and say we get what it takes to change this country, to bring this necessary infrastructure and development here. So we can transform the lives of Sierra Leoneans. And 3 years later, they have nothing to show. And these are the things where anger people like we. Because I'm not doing this because of the, I say I want for work or Ibrahim for being responsible for Sabi and this and that. No, I don't have to do what I'm doing. And this brings me to what people's power they tell me for say, then they can have the phone and say, FPC government to pay me. When I say, well, it's a temp, madam, you paid me. Back in the days when I was dealing with, the problems that we had in our government. So I was madam, you make sure that you check them. So tell madam, you pay me. So tell madam, you pay me. So $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month for do what I do. When I go against the APC party. I was doing it because genuinely, and I still stand authentically for say Sierra Leone has to be a better place. And Sierra Leone is going to be a better place. And this is what I want to say to the APC, because SRPP is going to go 2023. APC get for Ghana power. We don't know what it's going to be. So then they will keep some American around. So then they get their government for some American. We don't know about all of that. But the next person, whoever they aspire to become the president in Sierra Leone 2023, you have to start thinking about what are you going to do? The energy sector. Because without the energy, if it is water for public water, that's not correctly. For public water and energy, without energy in our country, without adequate energy, electricity supply covering all our country, there is no way our country will ever develop. Dubai was built on 3 T's: trade, transport, and tourism. 30 years later, $3 billion later, 9 transformed Dubai into the today. If you go to Dubai, I can always mention Dubai because I've been to other countries. I don't in America all the life. I don't see all the beautiful things of America. They amaze me. But when you look at countries like Dubai, left Dubai, if you go to Senegal, which one got protest recently, that country they don't get electricity. These people don't pay for the electricity. And then when you take like a Guinea, and guess what? The other day you were saying something about the protest. It gets to a point where like, people say for themselves because even politicians will not say our country. Then they can say all of these backwardness that we have, the civil societies and politicians, the opposition, and that's why I say get the APC. They're becoming a very reckless opposition. And I say this, and then you get the idiots within other political parties like the NGC, then they're going to share this at the APC forum, thinking say that might hurt me with the APC. But even the APC supporters, they've reached to the point where they don't see the politics will be played. They don't teach a lot of Sierra Leoneans a very good lesson to know that politicians are servants. And we will not get water, they cannot get water. So we blame everybody on their governance. Yes, President Kurma can be doing your, but we want more. Government is continuity. The people voted for change. They said they wanted SLPP. They wanted SLPP because I never wanted SLPP. I never fought for SLPP. I don't get mad at you. I don't even think of mad at you say could be ever come close to be a president I consider. But then I get to it. Look the one they will fight for. Then disappoint when they have positions of authority. Then I get to it. They are not doing anything about all of this. They're just complicit with this whole thing, and then they go with that. But some people, when I deserve better, when I deserve more, I don't want to take these flaws more. Because we go on plan this thing for top player. But Salon is going to be a better place. And 2023 is an opportunity. How we kick APC out, that's how we kick SLPP out. And SLPP, we're not prepared for that. We can't. We get 2 years to go. We are coming. I think we're going to small and this person will affect you. When I say social media, I'm going but when I go to the lesson, they are going to go. Alright, come on in, brother.
Those who voted for him must have now realized that the caretaker they voted for has turned this country paralyzed.
Oh, man. And then not talk about electric. He said what time was for electric. APC spent about 300 million. Matter of fact, I almost say kudos to Thomas More, the civil society. We talk about this there, Kudos to him because he's one of the only civil societies that you understand the mausoleum. But it's time. He expressed himself. He don't allow himself to be bought. So African Express, China, you put what you get for you guys there before you come and tax. Woman of woman, you come and tax now. Time. Anyways, go ahead, my brother.
The thing on Boku, we go make a sharp one because we move on. By the way, we start mean this this na very good collaboration and it will let for the see this kind as time they go. Now we don't talk about the NIG, the renewable. Now this particular thing on health is interrelated with all of this we don't talk about so because even the caretaker self aware say the water, the energy, the all our well body business. Because as we talk, even Thomas Motokan, inside in your interview say even person die na hospital and na cottage now na costament for the light go for the water no dey na costament. We get this doctor, I think a pharmacist by the name of Catherine, Dr. Catherine, right? This a person this way every day. Cannula no dey, for the blood no dey, for the syringe no dey, for the outside woman self dey go for go bring pikin at this wall. The kind bed wey dey, e no go take 50 kilo person if person gets that kind of weight say all of them things dem dey. So, but the health business na thing wey this caretaker say e dey invest on. So, like with you inside cash box. How you go assess this particular side, the health business? Because they say they prioritize this area. Now, real priority, you see them, you feel them.
Everything okay, I see cash box, they smile. They say everything okay, I don't see how they can tell you.
Yes, now they say caretaker in baby Fatima, now they been born that in Pekin, na cottage.
Exactly. So, you know, I smile, my brother and Sengbe Pierre, because, you know, you sabi Ibrahim now, where he can talk. I don't know if he has the one the way the country there, just one exactly one slap person. But you know, and this is not the passion where the guy gets. If even when they keep comping himself, like Basi Yeri say, I'm saying, let's not waste these points. Let's make do an audio, like, by the way. You know, the fact remain Naya. When Ibrahim the talk say in 2023 is the chance for make Salon make. Seriously, me tiny away again on my body the rise from me because I know too well. You know, when people let me they talk say Salon art for make it easy for talk when you're talking from the outside, it is easy. Trust me, Sengbepe and Baibue, they two name they are alone. Sorry, I just had a clue. Then two name they are alone. The Bible and the Sengbepe, he able to make we country change a lot. And I mentioned them earlier because I think it gets like a call. When you look at we country, you know, who say slave trade start? The trade right now that they try for develop Africa. King Tom where we there now they go buy the slaves there. We can make King Tom a tourism center. Ibrahim mentioned something. Dubai was built on 3 T's: trade, transport, and tourism. The Bible name, the Sengbepe name. These King Tom Nadine they go buy we slave trade them. We can open a museum where it be say it is 6 hours from continental Europe or Europe to Salon. People will gladly go to Salon for go find out the meaning of slaves, na King Tom, and make money out of it. Look at airport where we want to build bridge. We can do them like an island where white people will desperate for go na island. These people are let who side they call island and make money out of this because we can use one of the things
See, that can be said quick. You know, they talk about diversification. And he say one of the sector them where it will make money now the area of tourism. Look at Bonds Island where they collapse. Government in, government out, none of them not focus on that area there. It don't really collapse. Look, we get Rikit, we get Banana, we get beautiful island them. But you think say talk can do? Talk different from them. Although they say not talk can do.
Well, look, absolutely. You know, I don't say it's not the question, and I don't want to deviate from this point. I don't want to deviate from the question where you ask about the earth. You know, but I just make these points as reference. If, you know, because Ibrahim talked about it, when they talk about it, like the 3 T's that when Dubai was based on, like where Dubai kind of, the development was based on, I just say we'll talk about it. But you see, even like the health, not just talk about the health when you ask me. We will talk about that at some point. Sengbepe, a couple of days ago, the mayor na Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, he kind of like tweet where he say, like I think that in God Pekin, where it be supposed to be, I think that because mommy for them married. this person die where he go born. You know the reason why the person die? Because lights go. They're not able to put the generator on. I am not, the tweets there. Interestingly, this now lady where the Boko people and they follow. If you watch Bloomberg, who side investors that they play, in fact, Akisoya gets like what advance the way in the run where they can talk or say, oh, the mayor of Freetown, they try to sensitize people for wearing mask. This now person where people and they follow. Now in tweets they say somebody died because lights go, they're not able to put the generator on. If we remember, about a month or a couple of months ago, 3 people died in a cottage. Why? Because light go. You know, seriously, we see when the one papa they cry. Now normally, why they say in Pekin and die? Why? Because light go. Look. This now the health system where we talk about now we country. You know, it is painful for make you see like Pekin and they die. Before that, you know what in Salon Mango talk? Now in term rich. Now so we go say, now in term rich. If in term not be rich, lights not for me go. It is stupid, me people. It is heartbroken. When you see Pekin them, when you talk about human capital development, this woman in God parents die. And God Pekin, the woman go born. But they're not able to put the light under the hospital. I've been to cottage where you see 3 picking them, then they sleep in one bed. You know, how you go get a minister, you go get a president, where they rule a country, but they not trust the health system. How you go get a minister of education, and not trust the education for making picking go to the school. Before that, they go to private school. How do we think? You know, look, I get a reliable source. I'm not going to call the hospital in name because of security, because of private hospital. One night, where President Bio can do another hospital day. Every night, I think he spent 3 nights there. Each night, they pay £20,000. Each night, where he sleep in another hospital in London. I get that from a reliable source, where he be saying that he can do a medical. Seriously. President Bio take $410,000 where he withdraw cash where they go Lebanon. He say for go do medical. Say how Salon people they think for make a president they rule a country, but you know ever why use the medical facility in the country. It is sad. Seriously. Over to you, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we move from that area there. Let us go fast. Let me listen to this other one, and then we'll come back just now after that.
And the most important one is the perception of the people of Sierra Leone when it comes to the fight against corruption. I think they are here.
Okay. Very sorry. I'll get for we do it on the back and go over to Abraham. Yes.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, we don't forget about all side state, but if we don't want no deal with it properly. But if you want to go forward, do communication. At least they communicate robots for the healthcare because we suffer from it, but they talk about that.
Yes.
To the next one.
Okay, no problem. Because now we not going to handle all in this net. Queta, you want kind sign?
If you not agree the opportunity,
okay, well, take the floor. It's an old soldier. I'm going to call for you, Victor. But let's
I didn't say it. Well, you see, if we talk about health as a rule, that begin from the military. Any country where you go, where is Suma, the way they make it as Suma country don't go. Now the military. The military last year alone from January to December, they lost 117 personnel. 117. Even during the war, we know they lost soldiers in Zoo. 117 because of lack of medical facilities. This is the military I talk about. I then they die. 1 month, you see, they lost 10, 15, 20 soldiers for a month. Who go for them good? My brother, who get somebody used to is sick. In fact, let me go to a doctor because let me tell you, let me go to a doctor. Pastor, almost one now for the countries at my foot. We're going to do this. You see, it made them. So they're not trying to them picking away in Somalia when they knock down with one on the other food. Lack of medicine. So they create medicine on the way talk them and say, no, we go this. And the only medicine I have Panadol. You report me that to the Panadol. He that any theory reports. We go to better for all the day, maybe because of political influence, so I think they will extra miles to go, they will take to the fire with a medicine there. Go down to the hospital, go cottage, there is out of practical. When this government can present you, we go cottage. It is still picking them 5, 6, 7, and one small bill, Mama, the father is not like that. So, in fact, during the past government, they feed the picking and the Mama, they feed them 3-4 times per day. When this government can, there are 2 times, monitor with even the Mama, they need them. So, most communities can never get more than the bill, they go what that is for go fair. Medicine talk no day. When they can just free deal, because when they can undermine every other institution, when they do opposition, they plan the people that are inside the for destroy the players here. One of the the players here not be very successful because most of the work doctors they are tribalists, then they take the party by the country, instead they support politics succeed, then they put the message. How many they don't do that? The case put like I love for them, I can get the message like the person. How many times? That's the APC side. When they can now, they say that we wasting, that we talk money. Cottage, if you go there, and like they say they are tired to hide for you, they cry, you say it's killing it. And it's why they tell us that so we don't go to see, physically they are water, and go like the world, and see the kill them. And they ask us, they say your mother go for that, so what you do? They say government is beat again. Medicine, in the middle of the community, they will be they don't get nothing, we go there, they feel like big, and the big part there, buy medicine from Fiki, it's storyful. No medicine, go like corners. Like the corners, even when former president provide former custody, they will buy the dynamic of the dialysis unit like corners because no big get up. When government change, when you are box small, the levels will never fix them up. This is a private cycle that will be $100 per day for no dialysis. Instead, they fix them. Now, corners they require to Ramandi, one from an egg. Then they require anything $100 will be per session. The vaccine is going to sophisticated one, when they get problems small, they just abandon them. Because they feel see, not to end up with them bar or a form of custody, then we can open them. For kill, for let it not continue, for the person will give praise to the form of custody, then send for kill them. Natural death. It will not become useless. Go see the ambulance system. Go see the mortuary. What we going to say, we want to have between us to win and the health minister. It's a disgrace. For let them go to them, but they don't do at all. Because that facility is not proper.
Absolutely.
So when you talk of medical, me don't be a victim. I was shot during the war. I lived with the bullet for almost 7 years. Now my family never pay me operation fee. Me have been a victim of Sierra Leone. So when I talk of the Salon Medical, I take them from all angles with an honest view. Imagine me as Salon, they're not to Sigma, and the family because I go first for Salon. I live with the bullet for 7 years. Now until my family say they don't step in, I will die and then pay the money up to date. Government, they remember me finally. We have so many colleagues there like that. So they die because maybe the family don't people. Go there and see people they suffer. Go there and call us, let's see how many people they don't need. They know they get medicine. So for they say they don't have, they say. Even for telecommunications, they all the Salon Medical under this particular system may be also. It's not so better, but now become so worse because they put their attention on the time they focus about corruption, free education, and then they focus their attention. All the time they look for full people. The corruption now will then can't see pastor man. The free education now will see now again. The education is not free, no quality. Then we never have free education. The education not free, no quality. Because the money they pay, even that never is school fee. So it's not a free education to quality education. All other things are they just focus and say, what you mean is with the government, nobody can be white people like country. You the mean something, you get baseline. If you honest yourself, but that installé la photo de Zoba. Now, who don't care? Now, who the crime has done, who the get the berry? Let me get me. I tell you, I say, many the crime has posted. Who the you kill like that? Many guys crime has you. Do I know if the suffer? Pass me a YouTube.
Okay,
You go the go deeper. You say, hey, the one that so you know the medical is very poor. We're not gonna talk about the medical. Nobody dies for it. There's nothing good. Nothing.
I don't know if I'm sorry for being rude, but I just want to remind people very quickly. This is not the very government way we not get enough medicine, but we go buy drone where they deliver medicine for the country. I don't know if you have seen it go.
Yeah.
But the best thing
where did you go now? They say it did go there to you.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No, it didn't abort. It didn't abort. It didn't abort.
People's power. Now, they say that you keep the drone.
No, it didn't abort. It didn't abort.
What did you do now, Bond?
Now they make garage for them. The garage they make for another day.
Okay.
I was going to say something, but I was saying people's power will share personal experience with the MPA. But I was going to say something about the drone, now that Cashbox mentioned that, because I remember I did a video. When I see that drone there, I was so disappointed. But in fact, now that you Nigeria with the Naim do on a YouTube channel. You know, because why you expect to go get going for cable area and you say because they're older instead of thinking about, you know, even improving the infrastructure for get to the people in this so that you look for go take care of them and get everything for get them. But anyway, these guys they put themselves 30 years ahead of time every day. That is the problem. And you have to, you know, take your time with they don't get priority basically. You know, the healthcare sector, Sierra Leone, my brothers, you know, it's this is what I'm gonna say. And these are the areas for me are so particular when it comes to like the health sector and all this stuff. When we went in a diaspora like this one, I have insurance covered, me picking them with everybody. Anybody, anything crash now, down there, I don't get problem. I don't worry for saying, hey, me, outside this and that. But when you take up the basic, just the basic fundamental care for health, when you talk about preventative care, when you talk about people with diabetes, you talk about people with high blood pressure, those basic fundamental care what they need for taking care of them, the amount of people that die just as a result of lack of those basic fundamental care. When they say the boss will sleep without wake again, what's happening? And sugar levels of today high past man to the point where, you know, or it's so low to the point where you don't wake again. They say don't die in 10, they don't reach. Wait to do because people don't even afford to go see doctor. We really have some cash box. When I see go see doctor, me, we have to because of I get an annual day work of go and waiting. But I don't if I go, I don't go to doctor because I want to act. But I have to go do my annual. There was a day I think I share with Cashbox and public later. You know, say, hey, I mean, this back up to do my annual physical, blood kind thing, go through CT scan, all that stuff. Because I have to do it. You know, just the nature of my job and everything else. But other than that, what am I going to hospital? Let's allow some people, the average Salomon, they are Sierra Leoneans, they want to go see dentists. It is basic care. They teach the health and they will find remedies, local remedies for what they put there. That's why they will lost all the teachers they want to not get phone. What even no service there's a dentist where they exist. These people don't know these things. And these are things that I go to bed knowing that like knowing say it is wrong for these people that we get the opportunity for go fix that country, for open with people their eyes, create these opportunities for our people. We see them. Eye care. The number one cause of blindness in Africa, and it's almost in Africa. The number one cause of blindness, there are two things then actually. But the number
Ibrahim, I don't cut you there. How you go to a dentist, when you go for go pull your teeth, you see the man on tissue and hammer. How you go there? You go there the next time? You can't go there. You go see the man on tissue and hammer for pull teeth. How you go there? Come on now. So that's the problem.
People tell me that is not true.
You go to the you go to the dentist. Now let me take you to the dentist where we get now Ross Road Nayaso. Go let you see what they pull teeth with. Abraham, if you go there for the very first time, you go see some plier we no ever seen in life. You go see some plier we no ever seen in life. So people know they get the confidence, they need to get the courage for goodie. That's the problem.
Ibrahim,
that's the problem.
Ibrahim, people's power correct. I don't see people when the same court Ross Road, for example, then go pull teeth there. When the after when them pull the teeth, now it's a bit bomb boy or
Chamber P, I not ask you aid. USC also, I don't pull teeth na Ross Road. The job is well for 2 weeks complete. I'm not able to put nothing at this month. Oh, just imagine. USC also, I don't pull teeth there. I know they talk this because of politics or any other thing. To be honest enough, major is well. 2 weeks, I'm not able to go home.
My brother, these are the things. You know, when we did one thing, if my spirit don't connect with you, I don't get connected with you. And every one of you guys sitting here today is because my spirit connects with you, because I know so like genuine in our thoughts and I mean everything I'm ready to say. But these are the things we're talking about. Because you know what you don't play with society, what's in the kill me? That is about PhD. These idiots in Iran for get PhD. Instead of they emphasize on medical practitioners them for go train people and for become these dentists, you know, eye doctor, optometrists, you know, things that professional will benefit the lives of our people. Because it is the monopoly where a lot of these guys get. If you say, now I don't want to get a dentist, I was dentist for a salon. When I tell me I was dentist, we did a salon, we would have salon, we average selling them able for access. So tell you each time. So these are the problems. So these are fundamental issues, and these are the reasons why thinking say these guys can get something at the back of the mind. Come and say APC was this terrible thing. But when we don't say even the APC days, the healthcare account for the country was a little bit better. The guy account, their priorities is all perception. They don't really care about taking care of the people of Sierra Leone. And until people of Sierra Leone understand these things that we're talking about, and sadly enough, with the hopes that everywhere they listen to these messages, they listen to this platform, because all they can hear, that we can teach people them. That is what the liberation is all about. These are the things we expose, Aliyu and Justin. These are the things we want to expose. It's about educating the people of Sierra Leone so that they will know what they are missing in life. And until they realize what they're missing and create an opportunity for people like us, able for second children in the realm of authority for fix these problems, it is not going to go anywhere. Then they say, I just said one box glass system, use glass system, because you know what we do, we take people away from the glass system. You know, I wouldn't go deep into what I do, but you know, what we do is we take the glass system from them. They don't need glasses again because they do a certain kind of surgery, what they call refractive surgeries, LASIK, PRK, where photorefractive keratectomy, and then you know, LASIK, laser, and pseudo-care. But anyways, we're doing a procedure and we take the man in glasses. So we cash box the glasses that they use, cash box scam. We do the evaluation. We say, okay, cash box, you qualify for one of these procedures. We take the glasses. So the glasses, they don't get them. We can donate all over the world. So I'll get a whole box right to ship and send it to Dr. Roland, matter of fact. Let go donate, let Fedusai donate, he say go to Teco, somewhere there and get an opticians them. So I go for using glasses today for people. But I was making a point earlier. I said the number one cause of blindness in Africa, like cataract. Cataract, what did it happen? The natural lens where we get our eye, we got born, we got make we were born. When we young, it's flowing and everything. Just like how you want to buy headlights today. If you see those kind of headlights, it don't look oxidized, where it don't look so fuzzy, it don't even clear again. So that's what I'm lens that you eye, and that's what it reach a point, especially when you get in your 60s, 70s. You know, so think some people have earlier because if you congenital, you know, cataract, if you monitor cataract, that means it's congenital. But naturally, over time, about 60 to 70 years of age, that cataract lens, it begin to get very fuzzy, you know, they clear, you know, they see. People they say, oh, you don't carry age, you don't old. So we don't also, that is it, you don't blind area, and you don't see. So it is a lie. It is not blindness. The cataract, the surgery that they do, 16 minutes each eye. You do the 1 year today, so you give yourself some time for recover. You can recover inside 2-3 days, you don't recover. And then the next maybe a week or 2 weeks later, you can do the other eye. These are the things we're talking about. Cataract is the number one cause of blindness. The other thing, like glaucoma. All the time when it talks to glaucoma, what's happening? That the trabecular mesh up right here, and in the block, you know, you eye not for drain again properly. And when you eye not drain, your eyes then they build up, that fluid when they build up, you know, they drain properly. And it makes you get glaucoma. So that pressure is, it comes in your head. They have to take, people that want to listen to this when they go through their problem, they know what they talk about. And then it blind you back, because if you're not taking care of the glaucoma, the pressure build up, you're blind. These are all preventative care. If only the people of Sierra Leone, Cashbox, Communication, People's Power, Justin and Aliyu, if I have the power, when I say healthcare a mandatory thing, it is a must. Every Sierra
SUVs. If you get the money for bring all those things, you go buy SUVs. So that's the problem. You go buy SUVs. Instead to fix up the medical system at the country, you go buy SUVs. That's the problem. Shakespeare, that's the fact. But I said, you know these things you had to talk about. You go buy SUVs instead of you fix the medical problems that this country. You guys go and buy SUVs.
No, but not so SUV then they buy. They don't buy SUV.
Not Toyota Prado.
Not Toyota Prado.
But well,
and that is a great one because now, like me in Cashbox, you know, we don't live in this part of the world, right? They also had another full me. Look, I gave me Toyota Sequoia for the Toyota. It back up the road because I don't even use it again. And if people for Toyota, if I sell a ship and go Sierra Leone, it also costs me almost $3,000 to $4,000 between shipping and clearing. I'm like, you know, my papa said not to drive again because he get a problem. So I'm like, what I could do that? It is back up the road. I don't need it. I don't the fanciful things in life is not about bother me again. I don't go Sierra Leone for go get rich or because I don't get opportunity to get hosts for the free. I get hosts as a before I come to salon, bills as a young man, 25, 26, I get a Rambler, 3-bedroom, self-contained, everything. It is there. You know, so the varieties of this life does not matter to me. But a lot of these guys, they did it overseas, they don't even for live that life. So now they go to Sierra Leone, they get the opportunity. They only in England for 2 years, they don't work. All the money with that guy, they got money, they got enough levels. We don't want to touch them. But we don't need that because we work, we live a decent life, basic fundamental life. That's what science is also like.
No, but you know what, you're not the employer.
Exactly.
They don't work, but you employ 1,000 people in.
They employ people in.
You know, all that, the lies that they told. But guys, this in healthcare for me, and communication, I know exactly, communication is suffer from ulcer. Waking like a no. And these are the things, there are a lot of Sierra Leoneans. Think about communication and get access. There are millions of Sierra Leoneans who get their health problem. And these are the things we affect. And this is why we put smoke for politics. And this is why we say Sierra Leone has to be a better place. In 2023, it is an opportunity because we've got to make sure saying this time, the status quo is going to change. It is not business as usual. The lives of the people of Sierra Leone should be for the better. When we don't cancel this politics, so it's going to be different. And this is what we're willing to stand up for because we believe say everybody deserves a fair share to life in Sierra Leone. Okay. And this is not a play. And you see people on their platform, their social media, WhatsApp group, they're playing. They think, I don't joke. I'm not joking. That is why I didn't, communicate with people in a WhatsApp forum. Because a lot of guys think these things are playing. I'm not playing. We are serious about these things. We need to bring this development to the people. All it takes, we get the money. We don't see the money. We got the tip. $250 million cash box, but timber. $250 million disappear off the face of the planet. Do you know what we can do to fix the healthcare sector just for that alone? Like I would say, for making people go see the dentist, see the eye doctor, go check for diabetes, check for high blood pressure, ordering medication every month. We give them supplies. We build a database system. These are the things that could be done. It takes willingness and the empathy. Because I'm sorry, yes, politicians don't get. And the people of Salon that they can stand up and team up for themselves, but don't get the necessary changes there. Guys, I don't see on the show now. That's not on the show.
No, it's time for talk.
No, the show now when I get on today.
But anyway, that just remember you will just become say you watch we had right on YouTube. We're very sorry to you will always the following on Facebook. You're unfortunate today we get system problem where Ibrahim said the acqui system hotel and say no, we must come out. But anyway, if you're new to this channel, we want to say please hit for the subscribe button and then you turn on the notification bell. So anytime where we come up with another, edition of the program we come every day. You will get the opportunity, okay? And please, plenty people they watch right now, about 200 people they watch right now, but the likes really small. So please, it don't matter. That I know what you use to motivate me. Hit for the like button, I say, clear. Anyway. Today, we get other things then, but as advice, we know we're going to that day. How about if we celebrate the birthday? I mean, the 3 years, we find a day where we celebrate the birthday. Because we get to talk about corruption, we're very big. We get to talk about farm, and the local food stuff where they say they want for put and pan, agriculture. We get to talk about social house. We get to talk about job for the youth. All of these and they. But we're not able to touch on that. And no one follow even go there because we're not going to do them at all. But on the issue of this health, this is very big, it's very serious. Who that again want to take a bite?
Thank you very much on the issue of health. That's what saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Secretary, I just take Sierra Leone to the mortuary. You say that mortuary day, where you look that mortuary day, where you watch that mortuary day, we make Oris Kouma, we I think that the longest serving pathologist who don't get in this country, where they sack Oris Kouma, and the reasons why they sack Oris Kouma, you know, now because of the Ministry of Health, not they take anything serious when it comes to health. That is a fact. And the new minister will come when Austin Debbie. Austin Debbie gets a lot of calls. He gets a lot of complaints. Say the minister will be there, now that particular ministry there.
People's Power, please,
that minister there.
Please forgive me for that. But somebody in your background, they come inside back. The one that we know they say anything for now, don't mute the mic then. Quetta, you don't mute? Yes. Bible, I don't mute first. You don't mute, Bible? Okay, then we left Power, People's Power. Go on.
Yes, so like Austin Debbie as the new minister, when he come in, you know say we be get a lot of problems the way they happen at this country. Where we see the burial team, they go bury over 28 people. Where them people and they who side they die, who side they not die, nobody know. But we see them come with them. A lot of people when they bring come, na that mortuary they come back na that mortuary day. Kolum no day for put them people in there na that mortuary is the day. So who that gets the pressure? The boss will get the pressure now the pathologist when are Oris Kouma. And Oris Kouma now anyone get they do this work now this one whole country it gets a pressure. Then guys have we don't get an opportunity for all get more columns in this country where we get this corona. Now an opportunity this government we don't get for all we establish another side for all put body them inside. Now an opportunity for all get more columns them. What's it happen when we get the money? What's the government do this money? We see this government go buy vehicles then. They go buy vehicles, go buy
computer. Somebody will say we don't get Ebola will be bigger than Corona, but the government not do that as well.
Well, that day, now waiting that past government, we don't do not miss it. This government, when they can, they say we can do the whole same shit. We see the previous government, when Ebola became in this country, they buy a lot of ambulance system. Where now as I talk to you, so Salon gets enough ambulance system. And now based on that one, they will be watch, will be look at and make them bring their ambulance system in. Now this government don't get this opportunity now. Now we don't get millions of dollars. What you now for do? When they neglect the people in, where people say therefore take care of you and I, where tomorrow of who die. When you go na that mortuary day, Secretary, you go na that mortuary. Now 2 column day. 2 column 9 day for the one whole country that mortuary day. And the other column self in your AC system we get. Pass you go jack them. You jack the system. You jack the AC before the AC come on. So when the part they do that work there, you find out say he gets a lot of body there for take care of. And they pack the body in the column, then the floor. Sign on there for put them. Then guys here at the end of the day, before they blame the ministry, before they blame the caretaker, before they blame the one they went now the health professionals in, then go blame the one just there when I always where they do their things there, and they report to the government, and they report to the ministry, they look the man for no good reason, they come and blame the man at the end of the day, they get for pull the man out of the place. And me, the people's power, I know the reasons, and I don't do thorough investigation why they decide for do that one day. If this government be really take health business serious, they not for use that money there for go buy vehicle them, use that money there, go buy a lot of things them for their own selfish interest. We other countries in Africa, when they're fortunate for getting money that day, we see how other countries they do it. Some man go build hospitals. A lot of them they go build hospitals. Yeah. Some man bring more ambulances. You know, some man go build things them where they benefit the health facilities in this country. But we now the opposite side we go because we know what they see inside.
People's power. I think you forget something. You just care about the motorcar where they buy. You know, how about tutu salary where some people in the get? Because they say they're exposed to corona, Whilst the one they waiting at the field, the frontline workers them, for let they even get them 6 months allowance, they not give them.
That one day, I think say now there the corruption they inside now. Now there would expect the ACC boss for kind side. How somebody go be a frontliner for fight the corona? Where then they allege say the corona day, then they get a salary. You were just the go sit on a radio. You were just the go sit on a television. You take Simon to car all day you pass. Then you they get your salary as a minister. You also they get your salary as possible they fight the corona. It really sad for this country as well. Now I make you find out the citizens the Sierra Leone as them, they don't take this corona very, very much serious. The health issue now this problem that this country it get big time problem. And now we don't get a new minister, we don't can take care of that side when Austin Debby. And where Austin Debby can what you see? Austin Debby now they pass sack people them. Austin Debby they pass put people them. And not only no more Orishi don't pull a lot of doctors the day where they pass change, where they pass put people them. Because when you go na Connaught hospital, where now one of the biggest hospitals in this country, some bed then they don't get foam no day, we say patients them, then they sleep. When you go there na cartoon, now as I talk to you, go to the outpatient, na cartoon they put for people them, na day people in the dorm. If you go there for go do test, then go tell you say go le do under force. Where you are too sad they go le do. You say they say under, go le do day. When you go for go le do, they be brother, na cartoon now they meet at the bed, na cartoon form no day. For let people them. But you see, then guys here, then they take away 200 million euros for provision. Then guys here, they spend billions of euros for flyers. Flyers, no more way than they just go put that the streets them. Say, Maada Bio, Fatima Bio, Foundation, you know, how you call them? Sanitary pad and all that things today. So they spend billions of euros for put the fix them flyers today. They not go take that money there for make sure say they take care of the mortuary. They don't go take that money there for extend more mortuaries. Now the provinces them, now the rural areas them, now the hard to reach communities. They can't do that. Then they take them money and they put them at different side where don't make no sense. Now I make normally I can tell them people I say they are misplaced of priorities.
Okay, so then you just focus on that area there. How about this other thing? Austin Debby, don't go back to the health. Austin Debby, when you talk about so, he pay way into the imposition. The time when they just calling him, say they want to make him, minister of health. The second thing he do, now for they begin bribe, for they approve on a parliament. So what do you expect them for do wake up? Because they don't pay way inside. I give you all a try. A take.
Ted Box, I know you want to say something, and we're going to let you say that. On a serious note, though, you feel say Austin Debby actually paid bribe for them to make a minister?
Even when they don't call in him for make a minister, then dupe him because he believes that if for pay parliament for let them approve him. So what did he do? Somebody fence for the game. Somebody call him and he wire money to the person first. The second one now, when the person do, I think many bound say, not to the clerk of parliament this. Now they tell them call police kind side. Why on earth, if you claim, why you for first of all wire money when the allege, clerk of parliament say give me money for approval. If you claim, why you for wire money?
You know the reason why I asked that? Because for let Austin Debby go to that extent to do that, we're waiting. I don't say they get for trap, they get for thief, because the only reason that we make Austin Debby go left in job. Austin Debby is making probably over $150,000 to $200,000 a year. Because this is a man who know, I mean, he's a very decent person, But for them to go to that extent, for do that, because that's really why for send money on appointments. This is what you talk about the grocery elements. When you talk about, all this, Cash Box, you get a personal story about this wonderful fella. We were playing next edition for so many years. But anyways, go ahead, Cash Box. I don't see you want to elaborate on that.
No. It was just a quick, like if we remember, there was a news in 19.1 when they jailed somebody waiting in 25 dollars.
Was it 25 or is it more than that? I don't know exactly.
Like that. I think more than that. Then the thief. And then other question.
Cashbox, anytime you want come for make very good points, I don't know what they happen with you waiting. But waiting I will still advise everybody else apart from Cashbox. Let we mute we mic them and give Cashbox chance. Yes.
Sorry. Can you hear me fine now?
I think so, yeah.
I think the point where the guy for make, if you remember, just a couple of weeks into this man appointment, they tell we say somebody so they jail somebody where it is like, is it $25,000 or more than that? I cannot remember. And then the other point where make I will believe what you say, Aliyu, about like
$300,000.
Okay, $200,000. That's it.
300.
300. So the reason why when we need for check now, Ibrahim, when they do, remember, for when you become a minister, you're supposed to be a registered voter. This guy, when the election they go on, he actually left America for go register. I doubt it very, very much so. But I do not know the answer to that. I do not know the answer to it. However, if we kind of like look at this critically, when we look at we country, people they downplay the importance of the health system now we country. When they talk about, the best economies in the world, now they crumble so because of coronavirus. People are joking with the health system. You can get the best mineral resources that your country. We all remember in the days of the Ebola, at the peak of like the commodity price that the world, that the term saloon economy kind of like crumbled. You can get the best like agricultural produce them. Look, Secretary Baibure.
Yeah.
Who that? When we talk about Walares, this Walares, what would they talk about so? If you go to stores them, Ibrahim said you go testify because in the UK, if you go to stores them, brown rice is very, very expensive. Walares can be a very expensive rice that the world where we say these people like the whole world they look for it healthy. Walares can be very expensive. But guess what? Who that go and go buy rice in a country, from a country where like is so prone to like health, different health mess them that our particular country. No country, even when they talk about like the mineral resources that we get and all that in the day, if they don't say we they kill people in the Panemba Road, if they don't say we they kill people in the Tombo if they protest, if they don't say that we they kill people in the Makeni, you know what they go talk about? They go say we diamond, we rutile, the blood diamond because we are killing people because of that thing there. This is not the reason we make, and we always say, for make a country grow, it gets like, you get all kind of like look about like the security, look at like the political stability, because when you they kill people left, for make you make arm you way, you just like, where make you know say the acts have been blood diamond. They be banned salon diamond for make they sell them at the international market. Because these are all things that we get for consider as a country for make we grow. Let me go and they talk so passionately about the health system. Until we fix the kind of thing there, we don't radiate. Now I make I talk, I'm like, now me opening statement, I say, salon, we don't radiate at all. Because we don't get the platform for like whose side we they start. Thank you very much.
Okay, my brother, thank you very much. I get interest over the people's power in statements where he make Naya say, now this Austin doctor where they don't bring come now, cannot, it is sack people them. You feel say this sack where it is sack, now a genuine sack it is sack or try to transform the hospital or it is sack people there where you feel say they know they able to work to their own power system. Where they differ right now. If you say that a genuine sack in the sack?
Let's tell you one thing, Baibue. Let's tell you one thing. You know, there is a document we leaked at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Where that document, a lot of colleagues in Common America in the United States, they come to the Sierra mortuary for can investigate how many people they come to the mortuary where they pull at the Padema maximum prisons. We then people have come up from Amnesty International. Then come, then talk to Oris Kuruma, and after when they talk to Oris, then talk to the guy where they where they in care of that burial team, where then they do, they say, na just help the government and just the Sine Camara. Then go and interview Sine Camara, and Sine Camara give a different story. Then go and interview Oris Koma. Oris Koma give a different story. And the people and the story where Oris Koma give, now that story they then go with. Here comes Sine for go and tell the minister, say, now this and this and this, the pardon don't leak some information. They don't give the information there. They don't give them the correct people where die at the pardon by old maximum prisons. They don't give the information to people where they die when they bring Nayasu. Because all the body that when they bring there, Oris Koma, they take inventory of all the body that they, who side this Komo, who side this die, what's up with this, would have decided for this body, would have they left this body, now they sign Nayasu, would have all that things that they. So now because Oris Koma be give a sensitive documented to the people there, and by rights the people what they do, therefore we don't go direct to the ministry, for let the ministry lead them now mortuary, but they don't go through the ministry. What they do, they bypass the ministry, they come direct to the mortuary, they can talk with Oris, and Oris back, what they do, the information, it give them the correct number of people when they bring come from that part of my own maximum prison, and it give them the date, it give them how they bury them, he explain everything to them. This Sine Camara, now he meets the minister and tell the minister all the people away come, he give them the names, the motocar they use, he explain everything to them. So if we see them things and then they happen, you get another doctors within that corner hospital where they know that people and they will come. Now as I talk to issue, as I speak to issue, then people and then doctors then they decide for change them now. Then they change them, pull them from one location to another. Pull them from one location to another. Because of this tear, we're happy. So then guys are not let people who they expose them. Then guys are not want people who they speak the truth. They don't want where something happen all the time. Then they hide that all that tear. And this guy when I this Sine Camara, now this Sine now cause all this problem now as I talk to issue. Now it cause all this problem because now Ingo meets Austin Debby, he go now Austin Debby in office, he explains to Austin Debby. Say now Oris now give everything. Now he explain details for what happen, the body them, where they count, all them body the way him we go back, where he say they die as destitute. Where them people and they not die as destitute. They know how them people and they die. Oris Koma know how them people and they die. At some point, I blame Oris Koma because why I blame him? He not honest to this country, he not honest to himself. Sometimes he get for come out and speak the truth. Sometimes he get for come out and talk. Everything happen to Oris Koma so now the same thing they happen to Lara Tilopias because certain things they day when Lara Tilopias for come up, certain things they day when Lara Tilopias for talk about, and then they talk and they hide them things they day. Now the same thing I don't happen to Orisu. The things they will Oris for me talk. You know they talk and then things that they will lie to Europeans for we don't pull for we. You know they pull them. Now they make the SLPP, Georgia government, they hot the show now. Now the thing is where don't happen now with Oris Koma and Oris Koma don't pull everything. You don't get to the people them. Now this Sine Camara don't go leak the secrets now. You don't go tell them say not to me me the people that they come to me for interview me and lead them to me boss. Now the boss now go explain it everything, this and all that. So now that they leave the problem. Where Oris Koma get this problem here so.
People's power, this thing not so secret. Always know about this and always attack Sine publicly. We get the audio will be using at this program here because always know say Sine na in the undermine na the mortuary.
Aliu, let come and go to Kevin. I know he has a powerful take on that, but I think you missed the point for people's power. The connection now, the fact that this thing don't be exposed to the international community, that folks that actually get that raw data now of the amount of people that are actually killed, because that is what we all want, and that is what we don't have. I'm going to talk to you about. I know you have something.
Okay, before Kweta come inside, short one again. Please, when one person is talk, let me just use this opportunity for just mute we mic them, and we not get better time again. We use normal like 10 minutes before we go. Yes, Kweta.
Sorry, Kweta, I just want to help you, and please help me now. If we remember when they go back 40 people or 80 people a few days ago, a few months ago. Mm-hmm. So why is it that this guy been telling me say them body they have been on 10 a mortuary. So waiting people's power they talking now. If they don't clear 80 body there when they don't keep for months and years, so why did the body there for still kind of like dead and gone? Because already they don't empty the mortuary. So like it just anyway, come in, just come inside, please.
Anyway, you see, that make me I can anything of that I listen with you past 10 times or 20 times because I want to get each and every statement. If we all would go to that audio, but let me remember the first people for mortuary that probably internal affairs ministry. The first people for goody that from the internal affairs ministry. I tell you why the internal affairs ministry goody. Because the internal affairs ministry, now then the people when they begin this now they give instructions for let them go clean up the road. So when they notice the person that was stumped and the mortuary Dr. Witt straight, they notice some methods don't come along the road. Now let me tell you something. All of things they talk like get and the guests. Even Owis no go to the correct way happening because me no problem. I told this about an authority and like somebody that beat him. When they even bear inside Panama Road, not even pull it at all. The Panama Road massacre, that's where the story get for comot. We will pick the fish from the bone because inside the what you call number. The number is last far on the 28th. Neither for show the world. The number they fire on the 28th. 6 o'clock when they lock all at 10. The number they fire, we know the number.
No, ladies network not do we so.
It's really sad.
Yes,
Tell
somebody.
it, brother.
Let me tell you something. Maada Bio is a reshuffle in cabinet because you want them for putting people in the Nebukan with the mess. Then the people are like, this is the 21st century for God's sake. And if you go inside all this society, in the Kobolado, what is the land living? How can the man get all the evidence in the full suit that do today? How he managed to get that? For God's sake, we don't even get on a saloon. People that get on a saloon, they don't pay for the to accept you. In a day when they begin people like that like this, if anybody that like this first before they go there, before they go take up, they only for some hours police they come identify the people in the shop. How many Sierra Leoneans see the happy the way see them go talk see well they know see them who they happy. Now let's happy. If somebody dies, they must let the body for say police come they try to find out the police in that body. Even if you walk on the Ebola, even Ebola they move against multiple bodies there. We not get bodies there with them just like colors. Like they talk so. This is like Ebola them we will get 20, 30, 40 bodies per day.
By the way, you might mute.
That thing he walk and the person will train them and walk direct na treatment center them. Take it on will go. We not get bodies the way they go back so. There is no things about it. Let me tell you something. The only thing about them will be at 20 years after 14 years war. The king was happy that Palema. The kind of impunity was there. I don't ever say in any country. If it is sure that complete genocide they blame. These are thieves. Some man they always on the face of they don't know see this government don't make so last time for claim unity because you know see the question they go ask the question. Because I didn't get everybody. And people are already know where they tell people they pay me. And part of that is a good show, I go better like see. They get the way they don't dump them. Before they go put that this one with 84, the number of them match this like in some. So what that allow for God they could all go to that for that all about. If it is possible in that street, nobody should have said it's not police come. How many times was everything not see body they pick them for 1 year? 84? Who say happy that picture? Which people that are happy? In one the old man that how plan they told them. The lie. It's a very big lie. Always don't decide for sure the thing. But the other people they pull always because it's by the case about Julius Maada Bio. When they speak about who give witness, it's a factory that don't give a go. Factory they can warrant now by force they say people go to forcefully. We're going to court. It's simply to make all that they agree man they bring us because they don't get nothing. He tell the country, the pastor we receive as Samura, nobody get that he survive for 6 months. The highest he survive na 2 weeks. Like tell the man that the police and kill him man. So now all that there is a compounding issue. It's not just the government. Over any of people with his statement, he said that the nobody tells them. Why is it that they are for good and for God's sake? What are the reasons of it that they are bargains? What is that they are facing the full problem that is not there? What is the guy? Let us know if you are for investigating only officers we get money for investigating any institution, any ministry, now issue. We call it awareness. Now nobody go each and every time they go in a covered form. Nobody follow them. What is that they are good to? Na chorus. They never go to police headquarters. We the police under the directory because they want to get to police for destroy evidence to all that they are full hand. Me come request another end. Me in a jail. I saw what happened. So if you always talk, me that evidence because all what happened, they perpetrator for killing me and follow content. So why is they beating them? They don't. So now they listen to you. All they listen to you. You go listen to other talk them from other areas. See that government said them, the president said them. Why president for send somebody? Well, correct for God's sake, you don't have now what is the make someone that minister step move from your office? Okana chorus. You don't go na children's solo. You don't go na other side. You go na mortuary. What is so important when the minister step now they can mortuary just bulldoze. You go na mortuary. You go talk to Sine. Why? This has to figure out. You know, Sierra Leone that we memory span like very low. We need to think out of the box. If you minister is left the work, the guy you know go check the whole hospital. You just have to go cut it for go na the mortuary. What's he making for go? What's interest in a mortuary? Why? Because the official is a destroyed document, but that's what they're not making like that. That's a normal thing. Any funeral home go to salon. If you go to the show, any time you go, it's really important not wrong. That is a normal. Any funeral home go. No say that cut it. Anyone we go, the people don't go. So that's a normal act. Who don't make a report 3-4 years ago. That's the way it's done. We don't get competition on food school of activists. I think what I put for God's sake, my parents say no, there they are. Because state told me. So not to say nothing that they don't cover up. The bottom line here is the one side for destroy evidence, we already have full hand.
Normally, when the game sweet now, they tell you for left, where you good as good player. So it don't change for left we can come out now. Where the program don't sit down, good one. We go find out that time. But by the way, I see one kind sign.
No. I enjoy the program. I go. Then we left the floor today for we brother them. Made them do the talking.
So now we get 5 minutes for go now. 5 minutes. Lord begin take 1-1. When they come out at 10, for can celebrate the birthday. 3 years. But Lord take 1-1. Anything you say now will be the last one for this program today. 5 minutes. Now get.
Right, I'm going to let my guys go because they're not late for the 9 at all. For our own self, they're only a little bit late. Then they say catch up, cash box, get for go, money, get for go, drop them, both them.
Okay, we start with cash box.
But this is what I'm going to leave with you guys. This is what I'm going to leave with you guys and live with Sierra Leoneans across the globe. Dr. Martin Luther King, with all respect, he gets a lot of things there. But one way you always stand with, that he still say, the ultimate nature of a man is not when you stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but when you stand in moments of controversies and challenges. And that is the times we are facing today in Sierra Leone. Who's I meeting now? I'm comfortable. I already tried in America. Thousands of miles away from the reality of the ground. But I don't let go and say because me comfortable, so I'm going to mix by the wahala or the go and we continue. And these are the issues. Don't worry, are you and Justin? There's a lot of time, bruh. We're going to take 2023 for go. We take this one bite at a time, my brother. The issues are plenty, but we will come back and make sure we come and continue this conversation. Let me guys and go ahead and talk, and then I will say bye-bye.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Over to you, sir, Mr. Cashbox.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I mean...
So Cashbox to always come last. The mics then. Yes, go, Cash.
Thank you very much, Singba PM Baibure. I know the culinary name, and it's a pleasure being here. And one thing I want to tell salon people, for make salon better, it's not out of reach at all. It is just a matter of just stretching you on, and Salone in Better One is just there. May nobody not deceive you, say Salone art for make. It is not true. We've had these stories for years since we small, say Salone art for make. But even when they talk, say the mentality of Salone people, now bad. Trust me, because of the power where the government get, the government can able to be liberal and make the people a mentality then change. So many things that don't happen in our country. Let's fix the political stability. Let's fix the judiciary. Let we be honest to the people. Let we fix with health system, fix with water system, fix with electricity, with energy in our country. And all of these things, we don't wait until we go fend that dam on Nakono. We can kind of like go and go fend the money, go trust the money. Let we don't wait until it's man is sorry for we to wait for Father Christmas. We can do it, guys, and trust me, it is not out of reach. Let's kind of like build the momentum, because 2023 is that year when we live then the change. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Yes, Comrade Quit, old soldier. Give me that one.
Yeah, well, maybe last one day I tell people, let's say 2021, now year of reflection. Now year of reflection memories, and because this 2021, why I say it's very important for me. From 1961 to date, very soon the Ghana clock 60 years from Muga independence. From 1991 to this few days now from now, the Ghana get 30 years from Muga. People in Muna push, they say because of oppression, tribalism, nepotism, and so many things. They are big gun for Muna push. Now first war. When 11 years, 10 years war, rape woman they kill them, people they suffer. We see the repercussion of the war. The people they kill and people they don't get food, poses and fall. For God's sake, Salone, people that play their life for democracy. Now not the dome. The democracy people die for. They rape people for, born for the house for. Let the president, you listen to this show. No can't damage them because the negative thing of this, if we encourage the president, you surrender to not stand up against them. The worst get what happens after SSP go out of power. Because anybody can, you don't say the peace, the peace like for them. In fact, I didn't think now. We will see multiple tribal attacking, we will see multiple tribal killing, we will see multiple regional killing, we will see so many nepotism, we will see so many tribalism. And when it talks here, Salone will pass to all, it will pass any political party. We foresee as Sierra Leone, not as Timberman, not as Limaman, not as Bendiman, not as Southeastern, not as Northwestern or Western, not as to you or Shambo or Maningo, we foresee as Sierra Leone. You are not attacking a job because of a political patriotism or because of religion or you believe. You forget it because of qualification. And when we up to the time we suppose that the president view, one thing was that people that are losing, if we don't come together and fight this bad government and consider fighting for that government then, Salone, what is there to happen? Not for we, now for picking them, and we use your support, like we let's say, we don't tell, we'll say, okay, no, we don't tell, we're not in jail, because people don't mean to sacrifice next time, they blow with this today. So we will sacrifice that to that to pick them, and we just say support, we will feel this in the future. If not, the worst is yet to happen. I can always tell plenty before I live for nothing. Let me die for something because we are getting credibility and integrity was still. Now after it is still one end will see come recruiter, nobody will oppose Maada Bio because he hit her. But I will oppose her because I wanted to look before because I will oppose APC. Now I will oppose SFP, they can never do the same thing. Now so all for me, one day I put the party, but then
okay. Okay, I think the internet they disturb we brother as they try for Giwi in last word. Okay, they don't come back.
Yeah, I just see the whole of Salone first. Not the Salone pass every one of we. We always also we not big pass Salone. If you know Salone be born, then it's a fox. Me come because the next time I put the thing here because now Salone is a big issue because I want to talk for Salone. But we put this country first before political party. We put our religion, put our tribe, as sweet of God, we take as Sierra Leone. Salone, they develop, it's twinkle of an eye. America not grow because of America, America, in as much as the Boko they say Americans. China again, that the one largest population, why say Chinese. We're going to beat it. At the end of the day, don't get saying you're a British man. They need to take fire. The one problem on destroy Africa is Salone in particular because we all don't be fanatic in fighting or political party then. We don't forget the country. And the country be passed all. Me that I'm strong APC man, no doubt. But I condemn APC for the bad things they do. I praise them for the good things. Never can say I'm smart to Indian. You get the mistake them. But you get the good thing we do. Now all things are low put up for every other thing. Because Salone, if you say in London or America, one day you want to go. But for no preference, you say they come. Who said they will come? So we come out now and challenge this government because for tomorrow, the black other party no come, they do the worst fast better because if we not stand today, the worst is yet to happen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, we brother. Now we come over to we brother, when are the people's power. Over to you, sir. Okay, last word.
Yes, thank you very much. I see me brother Cashbox in love. Anyway, family, I don't get much for see because we don't run out of time. I just want to tell people, let them not forget, see the 4th of April, 2021, President Bio with 3 years. Inside these 3 years, when President Bio don't come as president of this country, if he get clean water, you will tell me. If they get good health care, you will tell me. If they get quality education, you will tell me. If they get 24 hours light na your house, you will tell me. If you get water na your area outside you dey, you will tell me. If you get peace, you will lay down na your host. If man no can dey, you will tell me. If you dey do business, but you no go comot na one political party, it can't take your business. You will tell me. If you go dey outside to keep your business, then somebody no go come put fire there. You will tell me. You will sit down one morning. You wake up one morning, people will come and arrest you and all the things they did. You will tell me. So come 2023, citizens and Sierra Leoneans them waiting President Bio don't promise we now this country all the things the way if they preach, if you practice them, well, ladies and gentlemen, 2023 now the ballot box you go tell me. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you all.
Thank you. Well, I would like for tell we brothers them plenty thank you for honor this invitation inside we had. We really proud of Una really show say we all the fight for the same goal. And this as I begin.
If you want to talk long, we the shut down. So just say goodbye and let me go.
Okay, we people them. This not to the last day for let Una see them na this channel. We will come some other time back for continue the program because the program no end. We get more for talk until we meet again na the next program. Me na Babure, the biggest warrior from the north.
I love Una all very much. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and get yourself a wonderful night. We love Una.